Craftsman Truck Series action brings us to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the weekend of the big Coca-Cola 600 race. And word just spread out that that race will actually be postponed to tomorrow, along with the Xfinity Series race that was supposed to be ran yesterday. So Cup will be at 3:30, Xfinity will be at 8. But now we got to talk about this series here. So this series was supposed to run Friday night, didn't work. Saturday night didn't work either. So here we are on this fine Sunday evening. And the 11 actually won the last race, and he actually won it in a controversy way. So he initially finished third in the race, but the 00 and 22 were disqualified for having an illegal part on their trucks after that race. So the 11 picked up the win for his 4th win of the season. And that big win at Daytona he got to open the season automatically locks him into the playoffs, but those other 3 wins he has helps him towards the regular season championship. Either way, he's on the pole. We got Hailie Deegan in second. And let's take a look at some stories of the race. So it says Grant Enfinger, but that's actually Ty Majeski in 2023, so he fails pre-race inspection. And Jason White, too, fails pre-race, so those 2 will go to the rear. And it is showtime here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And the green flag is in the air. So it's going to be a quick stage 1, 30 laps. And fuel window looking about 48 laps there. And the 11 gets a nice start off of the restart, or not the restart, the start of the race. And I'm actually going to slow up just a little bit so these guys can kind of catch up a little. So he is clear of Deegan by about 0.6 seconds. And it's going to take him a couple laps to get up to full speed, but we are 1 lap in, and that's led by the 11. It looks like it's going to be a battle for second back there. It looks like that's between Ross Chastain and Hailie Deegan, even though it says Johnny Sauter. And Chastain actually got it just as we went off of that screen. But good luck competing with this 11 truck. I mean, he's brought a fast truck to this racetrack tonight, qualified on the pole, and definitely going to be hard to beat. It's going to take a caution and a perfect restart for somebody to potentially beat the 11 in this race. And let's not forget, we mentioned it before, that there's 48 laps on the fuel window, so a pit stop will not be required in this stage. So we can go straight to the green and white checkered flag to end it. But you also think, as those tires wear, if a caution comes out, we might see some takers on pit road. The lead is now out to 4.9 seconds between the leader and first, now 5. Chastain looks like he's holding on to second. And how about Austin Hill, a part-time driver this year along with Ross Chastain? He makes his way up to third. How about Zane Smith? Again, it says Todd Gillen, but we're going off the current roster. And Hailie Deegan falls back to 5th after starting second. Some of these drivers, they're getting far down in the points. And it's still early yet before the playoffs, but you got to start thinking about it, because once we get halfway through the season, it's really time's ticking. You got to make sure you're finishing in good positions on the track and winning races to be in that final 10 field for the playoffs later this season. and the 11 has led all 6 laps we have completed so far, 24 to go in the stage. And now it's almost a 10-second gap between him and second and third. Some of these guys in this field will be running the Xfinity Series race tomorrow and the Cup race, and the number 11 is doing just that. So the Coca-Cola 600 at 3:30, which is 600 miles, he'll be running, and then he'll be running the Alsco Uniforms 300, which is a 300-miler in the Xfinity Series later that night. So that's about 900 miles being ran tomorrow night for some of him and some of the other drivers. And an announcement also came out earlier this month that the driver of that 11 will be also racing in the Formula One race at Circuit of the Americas on September 16th. That's the weekend the Cup Series goes to Circuit of the Americas, and Xfinity and Trucks have the week off that weekend, so he'll be running the Formula One race on Saturday, and then he'll be in the Cup car on Sunday to try to get a road course win. And White had to start in the rear. He's going to go a lap down early. Along with Decker, and look at that, Austin Wainself, last week's initial winner, got that big penalty that took the win away from him. So now the pressure is going to be on him to try to get another win that counts so he can make a push for the playoffs. And we are 10 laps in, and we are going to grab a short break. 10 laps remain in stage 1 here at Charlotte. We are 20 laps in. You're watching the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 Craftsman Truck Series Racing. And look at this, the 11 just has to get around the 99, and he takes a 3 wide to do so. And now everybody, except for the 11, is a lap down. Well, we said he brought a fast truck here. We weren't lying to you guys. As there's now 9 laps to go in the stage. Ingram there running 24th has not had a good season so far, and we mentioned earlier that as the season progresses, you know, you eventually start to fall out of that category of being able to advance to the postseason on points. Ingram is in danger right now of being in that category because he's so low in the points. But at this point in the season, it's better to be early, or it's better to be low in points early than low in points late and put yourself in a must-win situation heading into the regular season finale. And there's the 00 in front of him in 21st. She initially finished 2nd last week, got the penalty as well for having an illegal part on her truck. And that is what put the 11 in victory lane for his 4th win of the season. And he's trying to earn his 5th tonight. Caution is out for the first time, though. So there will be a restart. Looks like a lot of trucks pitting there. Ben Rhodes gets the free pass, though, so only 2 trucks on the lead lap now as we get ready to take the green, and it is in the air, and we are back underway with 5 laps to go in stage 1. And Ben Rhodes, he's on the lead lap, but he starts at the tail end of the pack. And because all the trucks behind the 11 are a lap down, they're much slower than him, so he's going to be able to pull away from them a lot easier than he did on the initial start. And it looks like a truck is out of the race, so at the end of the stage, we will know who that is. So usually that was a crash or mechanical failure for that truck. As we now have 4 to go. And now if the caution comes out, the stage is over. So will we, it's just like an overtime finish, will we get to the green and white checkered, or will there be a caution? Cautions breed cautions. If you're a motorsports fan of any series, you know that too well. There was a lot of cautions at Atlanta last week. I counted at least 20 cautions at Atlanta. Multiple wrecks. Ben Rhodes definitely not going to win the stage. He's not going to be able to compete with the 11, but he's still going to get stage points. Anybody in the top 10 gets stage points. At the end of the stage, the leader, whoever wins the stage, gets 10. And 10th place gets 1 point. And that is that. So you have to be inside the top 10 to get stage points. As we now have 2 to go in stage 1. And we're just 2 laps away from another caution, because at the end of the stage, the caution will come out. That's important information for anybody who may be new to watching and is watching this. Ben Rhodes coming off of turn 2, the leader already out of turn 4, back on the front straightaway as we now are on the final lap, or stage 1. So one more time, you can kind of see that it was a crash back there that caused that caution. You can see the tire marks on the track leading up to the wall. So very unfortunate for one driver tonight. That was close for the 11. Almost got up into the wall there, but he's going to come off of turn 4, and he will win the opening stage here at Charlotte.
Took that stage. Great job.
So it's the 11, 99, 23, 38, and 15, the top 5. Continuing on for the top 10, the 16, 97, 8, 68, and 98. Those are the 10 trucks that will get stage points. And I believe that was Matt Crafton that wrecked. Yes, it was. So Matt Crafton is out of the race. Also, what's up, Jordan? So the 11 will pit. He's only going to lose one track position from pitting. Raja Caruth gets the free pass. And the green is out, and he has to let the 99 cross the start-finish line before he does, and he did. So it's only 27 laps here in stage 2. Now here they go. Going to be side by side in the turns. Nope, Ben Rhodes is going to clear him. He's going to duck down behind Ben Rhodes. Use some of the draft. And now, here he goes. He's going to clear Ben Rhodes heading into turn 3. Also, during the stage break, we did talk to Matt Crafton, and he said that it was a blown tire that spun him out into the wall. So, unfortunate night for Matt Crafton and Matt Crafton fans, but on to the next track. Now let's go to the helmet cam of the number 11 now. That's a nice sight every driver wants to see. No cars in front of them. However, you got to keep your eyes on that rear view mirror up there. Making sure that there's not a truck trying to cross you over. And yes, I do know that, Jordan. I actually saw that this morning. That is actually great news. So the gap is 3.6 seconds between him and second place. And he was able to lap everybody in stage 1. However, that caution came out with 11 to go. Or no, 8 to go. And that stacked the whole field up again. Gave Ben Rhodes the free pass. Caution came out at the end of stage 2, gave Raja Caruth the free pass. .22 to go in stage 2, and I think the 11 caught the grass there a little bit. Trying to stay above that line there. And we have 21 to go here in stage 2. Well, we do appreciate the fans that are in the grandstands right now and that are watching on the air. For sticking with us. Obviously, this race was supposed to be Friday night. Got canceled. Was going to be yesterday, got canceled to today. Was going to be at noon, got pushed back. We're finally green. It came at the expense of the Cup race. Cup will run on Monday. The 11's about to catch lap traffic again. Some of these trucks will go 2 laps down because he's just so much faster than Ben Rhodes right now. He's catching up to Austin Wainsell.
Careful, still there.
18 to go. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jason White goes 2 down. A lot of other trucks will go 2 laps down as well. And there's Joe Nemechek and Chase Purdy. As we are 10 laps into stage 2, we'll take you side by side.
All clear. Still there. All right, you're clear. Inside. Road clear. Yellow flag.
Caution is out. The 11 got into the wall, got into the 10. The 10 spun out. And we're getting ready for another restart.
Be ready here.
Inside is the 11. Outside 99. Green flag back in the air. With 13 to go. In stage 2. And yes, he is, by the way. You see the scratches on the side of the 11 from hitting the wall. They'll have to put some tape on it. Some of that special duct tape on it when he pits at the end of the stage, but nothing more than that. And that is our second caution for incident, third caution of the race. And it happens during the side-by-side coverage. But a nice job by the 11 pulling out front here. Look at Rajat Karut though in third. He can battle with Ben Rhodes for second place. However, I still think it's going to take another yellow flag for them to chase down this 11. So it was Urbane, the 11, getting off the wall into Kyle Larson in the 10, spinning him out there. They're actually teammates. And honestly, that wreck was mostly just because the 11 bounced off the wall. He bounced off the wall, slid down the track, into the 11 he goes. Unfortunately, the 10's quarter panel was there. Gets himself spun out there, not on purpose. Nobody's fault. But there's 10 laps to go in the stage now. Oh, the 11 got into the wall again there and goes below the line. You might see that too tonight. You might see some of the trucks bouncing off the wall. And how about Rajat Karut taking over second place? He is a full-time truck, so if he was to get up there and beat the 11 and win, he could get into the playoffs. And the reason we say that is because we're doing the win and you're in format like Cup Series, or like NASCAR and IRL, because we follow their rules in IRL for the most part. So this will be 7 laps to go in stage 2. Rajah Karuk is 9.3 seconds behind the leader. Austin Hill still a lap down. There's only 4 trucks on the lead lap. That's Jesse Little, Ben Rhodes, Caruth, and your leader, Urbane. The 11's about to catch up to lap traffic again. Put some trucks 3 laps down with 5 to go in stage 2. Here he goes, getting in the back of Jason White, getting him loose. He's gonna move Jason White up the track.
All clear. Bottom 3. Use it if you need it. Clear high, bud.
Self goes 3 laps down.
All right, you're clear.
And with all the other trucks 1, 2, or 3 laps down, it's going to be hard for some of these trucks in the back to get their laps back. So they might want to start thinking about making their way through the field that's already been lapped 3 times. So that way they can get up there and try to get one of their laps back for each caution. Two to go in the stage. The 11's going to try staying on the high side. He gets it in a wall a little bit. Oh, he catches a piece of Gus Dean there. That could have been dangerous had he not kept it straight. Harmon's going to go a lap down, and we're on the final lap of stage 2. So we mentioned that the number 11 of Urbane won stage 1. He's out here leading stage 2, led every lap in stage 1, has led every lap in this stage, as he heads down the back straightaway one last time in the stage. Dominated already, but he's going to come off of turn 4, get him a broom. He'll sweep the stages here at Charlotte. Green and white checkered in the air.
Took that stage. Great job.
So it's Urbane, Rhodes, Caruth, Little, Hill, Chastain, Smith, Majeski, Sanchez, and Matt DiBenedetto getting stage points this time. Alright, so 5 trucks on the lead lap now. The 11 will restart 4th.
Going green.
Green flag in the air after the 4th caution.
Inside.
Or after the 5th caution. And we have 71 laps to go in this race. And there will be at least one pit stop needed before the end of it. Road's pulled way out there, but look at that. The 11 gets the draft and pulls out front. So with less than 47 to go is when we're going to see these guys come down pit road. And 69 to go. This has been an exciting race, and we still got plenty of racing to do here at Charlotte. So far, Craftsman is the only truck out of the race. This truck has been moved to the garage. The 10 did have to fix a little damage on that one caution from the grass. There was just a few scratches here and there. And we just got word that this is halfway of the race, so that makes if weather was in the area, that makes this race official, or if we had to end it for any other reason, that too makes it official. But it looks like we are clear to continue. When we get enough people, we will be doing that. I want the amount of people we need by January. And we tapped into the crew of the 11 for a little bit, and they're liking him out front there. They have hyped him up like there's no tomorrow. Something tells me if it keeps going this way for the 11 throughout the race, he'll be in victory lane with his 5th win this season. We got 64 more times around this track though, so it's still a long ways away from the end of this. And the caution is out for the 6th time tonight. Jesse Little and Caruth are pitting. And then we're gonna have a restart. And a green flag back out. And the 11 again, nice restart. Oh, went below the line there. That's not illegal though here at this track, so definitely won't have to worry about a penalty for that. And we are 74 laps in for the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 here at Charlotte, and we will take you side by side. One last thing before we go, it's because they're all a lap or two down, except for 5-wheelers. 50 laps remain in the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching Craftsman Truck Series Racing. As Jesse Little has passed for second place, Tate Fogelman has joined Matt Crafton out of the race after blowing an engine. And we also want to tell you that after tonight, the next truck race is in 2 weeks, and it's about to get dirty. In 2 weeks at Eldora. And the reason it's 2 weeks from now is they have the week off next week as the Xfinity Series and NASCAR Cup Series hit the high banks of Talladega Super Speedway, which is the sister track to Daytona International Speedway. It's a 2.66 mile super speedway. There will be a draft, and if you lose the draft in the Cup Series, you're gonna go a lap down. So you want to stay in that draft. That all begins Saturday for the Xfinity Series at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday for the Cup Series, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, the 11 takes it 3 wide with Jack Wood in the 51 and goes to the outside of Chastain to put him another lap down. He has some damage on that truck. Tanner Gray running 13th. Nice job. I'd like to see if the 11 can get up here and put... Oh, there's the caution. And you're going to pit here because as there's 6 trucks on the lead lap now, you're going to pit here as Raja Karuth gets second place because you want to make it to the end. 48 laps of fuel, 44 laps remain here. These trucks can go to the end now. Now, if the caution comes out, you could possibly see the 11 take fuel only just to make sure he has enough. Because there's only 6 trucks on the lead lap, meaning you could only lose up to 6 positions. I mean, there'd be 7 then, so you could really only lose up to 7 positions. And still have a chance at the end to win it. Especially because he has a fast truck. How about Raja Karuth up to second, but Jesse Little's not holding back. He's going for second place too. And because of all that battle for second back there, the 11's pulling away again. Raja Karuth going to try to earn the best finish of his career. Raja Karuth so far hanging on to second place there. Oh, the 11 gets into the wall. Pretty good there, so... Next caution, you might have to take some damage repair, too. It's now a 4-second lead from the leader back to Raja Caruth. I thought for sure that hitting the wall would bring the caution out, but that stays green. The 11 got going. He came off of turn 4, hit it right here in the quad oval. There's 38 laps to go. He's telling his crew chief that he wants it fixed on pit road. So he might have to take tires, fuel, and get that damage fixed on pit roads, that just so it don't cut his tires down. Next caution. Ben Rhodes has retaken second place with 37 to go. It's going to be a battle between those three, Jesse Little, Caruth, and Rhodes, for that spot. Oh, the 11 got in the grass there, definitely. 36 to go. The 11 is catching up to lap traffic again. And realistically, if this thing goes green, the 11 is going to stay out. I mean, obviously he's not going to pit from the lead under green flag conditions with 35 to go. But if the caution comes out, there's only a few trucks on the lead lap, meaning he can pit, get his tires, fuel, even though he doesn't need it, and that damage fixed, and get back out there and be able to run them down and retake the lead to win. Austin Wayne Self got that penalty last week after his win taken away. He struggled tonight. Back there running 30th right now. He's ran last all night.
Still there. All clear.
Along with Jason White, he got that penalty to start the race. Has been running in the back. Been going multiple laps down. Cautions breed cautions. The 7th one is going to come out. We know it is. Usually the trucks don't make it when it's over 20 plus laps.
Still there.
Oh, there's a little contact there.
You're all clear up top.
Little more contact on Natalie Becker. She keeps it straight. More contact. Oh, she's going to get spun out. She got hooked coming off of turn 4. And there it is. So the 11 only loses 6 spots because Zane Smith just now got the free pass.
Almost ready.
All that contact resulted in Becker getting turned, bringing out the 7th caution. 29 laps remain, and now the 11 is going to stay out no matter what. I think you push Jesse Little here, your manufacturer teammate. You got to push him. You don't want to pass him below the line in the turn, even though that's legal, because he could cause a wreck. But look at this run he's got on the low side. Back to the lead he goes. He'll lead the first lap back under green. And how about a crank it up? .23 laps to go at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Craftsman Truck Series Racing. And again, after this race, we take a 1 week break. So the next race is in 2 weeks, and it's going to get dirty at Eldora. And that 11, who's currently leading this race, is a threat to win again in 2 weeks because he is an amazing dirt track racer. And he is actually going to be running a late model race at Eldora the night before the trucks race there. And actually, 2 weeks from today, the Cup Series will be hitting the banks of Bristol on the dirt track. So they will be dirt racing in the Cup Series. And the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the week of the 2 dirt races, will be going road course racing at Mid-Ohio, which, again, at road courses, the stages will not be turned on. Instead, we will be having our own stages, and we're just going to give, after the stage ends, we're just going to give out points to the top 10 drivers. And that will be that. We have reached our Craftsman 20 to go, and Jason White's trying to get himself turned there because of all that aggressive blocking he did to the 11, when the 11 is the leader and the faster truck than him. And we're going to come around and complete this 115th lap, and we're going to squeeze in one more side-by-side before the end of this race. I know we just had to crank it up, but we want to get in one more break. And that starts now.
too fast. All clear. Still there. Still there. All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear.
Caution is out, and the reason why it's out for the 8th time is the 8 just sent it down in front of the 11 there like he wasn't even there. The 11 did not appreciate that, by the way, excuse me. The 11 did not appreciate that, so he ran the 8 up into the wall, even though that is one of his trucks that competes for one of his teams. That shows you the 11 does not play games. So there'll be 7 trucks on the lead lap as we take the green flag for what hopefully is the final time here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and it is in the air. 10 laps remain here at Charlotte.
Good to go. Focus. All clear.
And obviously, you know, Tyler Reddick driving for Urbane's Motley Motorsports team, also owned by Kyle Boyles. Urbane will be having a word with him after the race, but he might have to make a quick pit stop before having a word with him, and that's going to hopefully be victory lane. I mean, look at this. Dominating the race, being able to pull out on the restart, and pull out there and gap the trucks behind him. That should be good enough to hold on. But, I mean, Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's just like a super speedway race on a 1.5 D over. Just like Atlanta last week. You saw Urban lead the first 40 laps of the race, had to make a pit stop because he was about to run out of gas and 4 tires, went a lap down and didn't have a chance the rest of that race. So, I mean, he's led 126 laps, at least we think. That could change in 8 laps. There could be a late race caution. Ben Rhodes, Jesse Little, Hill, or Rajah Caruth could get around him and win this thing. But with 8 laps to go, him as far out in front as he is, that's what it's going to take, is a caution to come out and knock the laps down, because the more laps you knock down is kind of better and bad, because if you're the leader at the time the caution comes out, that's kind of bad for you, because now you're side by side, have a truck next to you that could get a push from their teammate. But that's also good if you're second place or in the top 5, because you actually have a chance to get up there and win the race. Well, you know what's going to make the 11 happy? Getting to the white flag under green, because the next flag ends the race. And if he's as far out in front as he is and takes the white flag under green, if the caution comes out, he's guaranteed the win. If a truck's right behind him or passes him after taking the white flag and the caution comes out, that driver wins. But even after taking the white flag, if a driver is close enough to him, they could get up to him and pass him for the lead, and that could be the pass for the win right there. And it has happened at the Charlotte Motor Speedway too many times. But obviously, everyone wants to make it to that white flag under green if you're the leader. And everyone wants to be the leader, but they can't. And the 5 to go signal is out. So, since the 5 to go signal is out, we'll explain to you the rules of overtime, and the reason we're saying that is because if the caution comes out now, we'll restart with 2 laps to go. It's a 2-lap shootout. Obviously a green-white checkered finish. If the leader takes the white flag under green, next flag ends the race. Caution prior, we do go to overtime, and if the caution comes out prior in overtime, it's unlimited attempts at a green-white checkered finish until a winner is declared. Now it's just straight overtime if the caution comes out, as we're under 5 to go. The 11's got to turn 3 perfect laps and try to keep the lead and hope the caution does not come out. As we now have 3 laps to go, and he might be able to put some of these trucks another lap down before the end of the race. Two more shots for the caution to come out and send us to overtime. Only one more at the line, so you already know that Ben Rhodes and the other drivers in the top 5 are hoping the caution comes out before the 11 gets to the white flag. And it's down to its final chance for the caution to come out. Oh, little contact between the 11 and 22 there. That almost was the caution. During that side-by-side, the 11 got into the 00 and 33, so that was a disaster waiting to happen. Everyone kept their truck straight, and that was that. And doesn't look like the caution is coming out. And the 11 comes off of turn 4. White flag, 1 lap to go, presented by Urban Woodworking. The 11 has dominated the night, been caught up in some incidents on track, but not anything too major, as he heads down the back straightaway for the final time. Getting ready to run the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow and then the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. As he goes on the high side, gets up in the wall to avoid Ankrum, and comes off a turn 4 for his 5th win of the season. The 11 gets it done at Charlotte.
Nice work today. Checkered flag.
His 5th win of the season. And you know, if Austin Wayne Self didn't get that penalty last week at Atlanta, this would only be the 11's 4th win of the season. However, it is his 5th win of the year, or of the season, after picking up the win at Atlanta last Friday night. And it is still early in the season yet, but that puts him a step closer towards the regular season championship. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. And here we go. Here is the green flag. Lap 30, he's going to win stage 1, leading every lap. Lap 34, going to make a pass for first place there off of Ben Rhodes. Lap 41, here's Larson and Decker trading paint after the 11 got into him and he ended up spinning out. Up the track he goes. Oh, big contact with the outside wall there. I'm surprised that didn't take him out of the race. And looks like Chase Purdy got into him a little bit there. And lap 61, the 11 wins stage 2. Lap 63, the 11's gonna make a pass for 3rd place. Rhodes leading at the time. And that same lap, he's going to make a pass for 2nd. And I believe that same lap, he makes a pass for the lead. Yes, he does. Lap 96. Joe Nemechek, Natalie Decker gonna trade some paint. Oh, this is where the 11 got into Decker. She gets out of control. The caution would come out. And then this is where the 11 would make his final pit stop. Well, he already made his final, but he decided to make another one. 106, here he goes for fourth. And here's the pass for the lead in turn 3. And then he comes off of turn 4 for his 5th win of the year on lap 134. Well, there you have it, folks. It is a victory for the 11 here at Charlotte, and his truck will go back to the shop, and they'll get it ready for Eldora in 2 weeks, as that is the next Craftsman Truck Series race. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the NASCAR Cup Series Coca-Cola 600, and then tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night for the All-School Uniforms 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Until then, so long, everyone.